So I get asked a lot of questions. People always want to know who's the best person you've ever interviewed. Is George Clooney really so sexy? But the question I get asked most, now this is whether I'm speaking in Dallas or Dubai or Durban. Everybody wants to know, before you stand up in front of a group of people like this, or before you go live on television, do you get? It's the number one question I get asked. How many of you give presentations? How many of you have to speak up in meetings or persuade and influence and get buy-in? So, because I'm home in Johannesburg, I am going to share my antidote to nerves with you. So everybody please stand up. Now, I will tell you, I don't normally do this in front of people, so bear with me. I usually go to the far end of the CNN newsroom, or if I'm speaking in an event facility like this, far away. Now, don't do anything, but this is what I do. I take a deep breath in. Don't do anything yet. I always focus on a positive past experience. You can think about that. I focus on something that makes me feel good. Then I take a deep breath in, and then I go, don't do anything yet. 1, 2, 3. And it works so well. Now you're going to do it with me. Now I promise you nobody is looking at you. You're too busy looking at me making a complete fool of myself, right? So just bear with me on this one. Take a deep breath in. And 1, 2, 3, go for it. Come on, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, don't you feel better already? Take a seat. I always tell people when I'm doing presentation skills training or customer service training, if you're dealing with a difficult coworker, colleague, customer, and you'll feel better already. So, where were you in 1997? I want you to think about what was happening in your life in 1997. Who was not married in 1997, but you are now? Who was married in 1997, but you're not now? Okay, so 1997, my life changes. I am with Mnet, I am a presenter. I have OnQ, which is one of the first media and presentation skills schools in the country. Life is pretty wonderful. Mandela is the president, and it's glorious. One cold Thursday night, my husband called and said, look, we've got an opportunity to move to Atlanta, Georgia. We'd actually won our green cards in the lottery. And with everything that was going on in South Africa, I remember thinking, okay, maybe I'll take this opportunity. So I said to him on that cold Thursday night, okay, I'll think about it. By Friday morning, he was on the plane getting the job. Anyway, fast forward, in 6 weeks, I gave up countries, continents, and sides of the road. How many people are not born in South Africa? How many people have moved? How many people have moved cities? How many people have moved jobs? So the reality is I moved and I had to start again. So what I want to share with you both today and this afternoon, I hope you're all staying, is some of the lessons that I've learned about what it takes to have real presence, to inspire, motivate, and really influence. For me, my influence meant that I got a job at CNN, that I'm standing in front of you today. But for you, persuasion and influence means every time you want to get buy-in on anything that you recommend. I've spoken to people here who are conference facilitators, arrangers. Every time you make a suggestion, do people take you up on what you suggest? Do you have presence? And really, if you think about the impact you have on every single person you come into touch with. And presence really is your ability to positively. So interesting because my video is playing next. If that ever happens to you, that's what's happening. Go back on the slides. So what is presence? It really is your ability to positively persuade and influence, right? So presence is not this.
Oh my God, okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm.
Wait.
Everybody calm down. No.
So what I'm really hoping is that you stay for this afternoon's session, so that we can talk about what stops us having real presence, what stops us being as inspirational, as persuasive, and as commanding as we can be. And it is both verbal in terms of what we say and nonverbal in terms of how we say it. But the most important thing is to overcome anxiety and fear. So can I have one volunteer, please? Won't you come and join us? So what went through your mind when I said, can I have a volunteer? So this lovely young lady is about to be rewarded for being a volunteer, and all I ask you to do as your takeaway from my session is think about what went through your mind when I said, can I have a volunteer? And that very feeling that sabotaged you right now, I hope that never happens again. So it's been a pleasure, and I hope you're staying for this afternoon to learn how to light the fire, and your reward is going to be on the table. Thank you.